There comes a time when heaven can no longer remain silent. There comes a moment when the whispers of eternity must break through the noise of this world. God has been holding something, waiting for the right hour, preparing the right vessel, and now He cannot keep this secret any longer. It is too explosive, too powerful, too divine to be hidden. You see, God's chosen one is not chosen because of perfection, not because of wealth, not because of position. The chosen are marked by something deeper, an anointing, a calling that refuses to let them stay ordinary. And I am here to tell you today, when God has chosen you, no man, no system, no demon in hell can erase what heaven has already written about you. For years, some of you have been walking in the shadows, questioning, wondering if your life truly matters, if your pain has any purpose. But God whispers, I kept you hidden for a reason. He hid you in plain sight, refining you, shaping you, testing you, because what He has placed inside you is too explosive to be revealed too soon. And now the hour is here. The secret is about to be unleashed. The world will not understand it. People will doubt it. They will laugh. They will criticize. They will question. But when God reveals His chosen one, nothing can stop the explosion of destiny. Doors will open that were locked for years. Chains will break that generations could not escape. Light will burst into the darkness, and the impossible will bow to the one who sent you. And let me tell you, this being chosen is not easy. It is a fire, a weight, a burden that demands sacrifice. But it is also the greatest privilege to know that the Almighty Himself placed His hand upon your life and said, you are mine. You are appointed, you are unstoppable. So when the secret breaks open, stand tall. Do not fear the storm. Do not shrink back, because the explosion of God's purpose through His chosen one will shake nations, will awaken the sleeping, will terrify the enemy, and will glorify the name above every name. God cannot keep this hidden any longer. The secret is being revealed. And when it bursts forth, the world will never be the same. When God chooses a moment to reveal what He has been holding back, nothing in heaven or on earth can prevent that revelation. For so long, you may have felt hidden, overlooked, or even forgotten. But God never forgets what He has placed within you. His timing is not our timing, and sometimes the waiting season feels endless. But understand this, what God has deposited in you is far too valuable to be revealed prematurely. Just like a seed must stay buried in the soil until the right season, God sometimes covers you, protects you, and keeps you out of the spotlight until the moment of His choosing. He does this not to punish you, but to prepare you. And when the fullness of time arrives, He cannot hold it back any longer. There is an appointed hour when the whispers of heaven must become a roar in the earth. God's chosen cannot remain hidden forever, because His plan is too powerful to stay concealed. When the time of revelation comes, it is sudden, it is explosive, and it changes everything. Doors that have been locked suddenly swing open. People who ignored you suddenly recognize the calling on your life. Opportunities that never existed before start to appear, and what seemed impossible suddenly becomes possible. That is the power of God's timing. We often try to rush our seasons, forcing doors open, trying to prove ourselves, desperate for validation. But when God says it is time, you do not need to strive or push. His revelation is unstoppable. The moment He lifts the veil, no man, no enemy, and no circumstance can close what He has opened. His timing is always perfect, and when He decides to reveal His chosen one, it is not a quiet whisper. It is a divine explosion that cannot be ignored. Think about the hidden seasons of your life. The pain, the silence, the questions, the nights you cried out wondering if God still saw you. Those moments were not wasted. They were part of the preparation. And now the shift is coming. God is ready to uncover what He has been forming in the secret place. His timing is now, and He cannot keep this secret any longer. The world is about to witness what heaven has known all along, that you are chosen, you are anointed, and your time of revelation is here. Being chosen by God is never about perfection, status, or outward appearance. Humanity often looks at achievements, wealth, or influence to determine who is worthy, but God's standard is completely different. He does not search for flawless people. He searches for willing hearts. The chosen are not those who never make mistakes, but those who, despite their failures, carry an unshakable desire to walk with Him. God sees beyond what others see, beyond your weaknesses, beyond your struggles. He sees potential, purpose, and a destiny written long before you ever took your first breath. That is why being chosen is such a mystery, because people will look at you and wonder why God picked someone like you. An unveiling. They will question, they will doubt, they will measure you against their own standards. But God does not choose based on man's approval. When you understand that your calling is not rooted in your perfection, it frees you from the weight of comparison. You do not have to be like anyone else. You do not have to fit into a mold. You do not have to achieve the world's definition of success. What matters is the fire that God placed within you. That fire cannot be bought, it cannot be imitated, and it cannot be stolen. It is the unmistakable mark of heaven resting on your life. And when God sets His hand upon you, no mistake, no failure, and no critic can strip that away. This truth is why some of the most powerful people God used were not the ones society would have chosen. He picked shepherds to be kings, fishermen to be apostles, outcasts to be prophets, and the weak to shame the strong. His ways are higher, and His choices are beyond human understanding. If God waited for perfection, He would never find anyone to use. But because His grace is greater than human flaws, He delights in choosing vessels that the world rejects, so that His glory shines brighter through them. So do not disqualify yourself. Do not believe the lie that you are unworthy, unprepared, or too broken. Being chosen has nothing to do with your RA-some-a. It has everything to do with God's purpose. If He has placed His hand on your life, then you are already set apart. And when He decides to reveal you, the world will see that His power is made perfect, not in perfection, but in surrender. There are seasons in life when it feels like nothing is moving, when your prayers echo back in silence, when the vision in your heart seems impossible to reach. Those seasons are not a punishment. They are God's preparation. He hides you for a reason, just as a diamond is formed deep in the earth, where no one can see it, God allows you to be hidden in obscurity so He can refine you, strengthen you, and shape you for what is coming. You may feel invisible to the world, but you are never invisible to Him. The hidden season is where He does His deepest work. It is where He cuts away pride, teaches you endurance, and prepares you for the weight of the calling that will one day rest upon your shoulders. When you are hidden, it is easy to feel forgotten. People around you may overlook your gifts, dismiss your voice, or fail to recognize the value you carry. But God knows exactly where you are. He has not abandoned you. He has planted you. And there is a difference between being buried and being planted. When something is buried, it is dead and forgotten. But when something is planted, it is hidden with the intention of growth and future fruit. You are not buried. You are planted. The hidden place is where roots grow deep. Without deep roots, a tree cannot stand when the storm comes. Without hidden preparation, a person cannot carry the weight of public calling. God hides you so your roots of faith, humility, and character can grow strong enough to sustain the destiny He is preparing to reveal. If He revealed you too soon, the pressure would crush you and the spotlight would destroy you. But in the hidden place, you are protected from premature exposure. When the right time comes, what has been hidden will be revealed. Just as a seed breaks the ground and bursts into the open, your calling will not remain unseen forever. God is faithful to complete the work He began in you. And when He finally brings you into the light, you will not come out weak or unprepared. You will come out refined, strengthened, and ready to carry the explosive purpose He designed for your life. The hidden season was never wasted. It was the preparation for the revelation that is about to come. When God decides to reveal His chosen one, resistance always rises. The moment you step into what heaven has declared over your life, expect opposition. People will doubt you, not because you are unworthy, but because they cannot understand why God would choose someone like you. Critics will whisper, skeptics will question, and some will even laugh. But what they fail to realize is that no human opinion can cancel a divine appointment. What God has written over your destiny cannot be erased by the words or actions of men. The enemy will try to use fear, rejection, and criticism to silence you, but if you are chosen, you are unstoppable. Opposition is often the clearest confirmation that you are walking in your calling. Darkness never attacks what does not threaten it. If you are facing resistance, it is a sign that you carry something powerful. The enemy would not bother to fight you if he were not afraid of what God is about to do through you. And while people may try to push you down, God uses every attempt against you as fuel for your elevation. The stone others throw becomes the very step you rise on. Do not be surprised when those closest to you fail to see your worth. Even Jesus was rejected in His hometown. The people who knew Him best could not recognize the anointing on His life. If they questioned Him, they will question you. But their unbelief cannot stop God's plan. Their rejection cannot override His selection. What heaven has authorized, no earthly power can cancel. So when resistance comes, do not shrink back. Do not let the voices of doubt silence your calling. Stand firm, knowing that if God has chosen you, He has already equipped you for the battle. You do not fight in your own strength. You stand in the authority of the one who sent you. Every weapon formed against you will fail, and every tongue that rises against you will be silenced. The revelation of God's chosen one is like an explosion. It shakes everything around it. The enemy will tremble. Critics will scatter, but the purpose of God will stand firm. No matter who opposes you, his hand is greater, his will is stronger, and his plan is unshakable. When he reveals you, nothing and no one can stop it. To be chosen by God is both a weight and a privilege. It is not something to be taken lightly, because with the calling comes responsibility. When God sets his hand upon your life, he does not call you to comfort. He calls you to carry something greater than yourself. The chosen walk a path that others may not understand. They are required to endure trials that seem unfair, to carry burdens that feel too heavy, and to make sacrifices that others would never be willing to make. But within that weight lies the greatest privilege, to know that the Creator of heaven and earth looked at you with all your flaws and imperfections and still said, I want you. The privilege of being chosen means you are set apart. It means your life is not ordinary and your journey cannot look like everyone else's. While others may take shortcuts, you are called to walk the long road. While others may compromise, you are called to remain steadfast. While others may blend in, you are called to stand out. That is why the chosen often feel different, isolated, or misunderstood, because their path is not meant to be common. The weight of calling separates you, but it also draws you closer to God in ways few will ever experience. Carrying this weight demands obedience. There will be moments when you want to give up, moments when the sacrifice feels too painful, moments when the silence of God feels unbearable. But it is in those moments that he reminds you, the same God who chose you is the one who strengthens you. He does not place a mantle on your shoulders without giving you the grace to carry it. And though the weight feels heavy, it is also the evidence that you are trusted by heaven. The privilege of being chosen is knowing that your life will echo beyond your time on earth. It means your obedience will impact generations, your faith will inspire others, and your sacrifices will bear fruit that you may never fully see. To be chosen is not to live for yourself, but to live for something greater, for God's glory and his kingdom. The weight humbles you, but the privilege lifts you. Together, they form the holy tension of a life marked by God himself. And though the road is narrow and the cost is high, there is no greater honor than to be called his chosen. When God reveals his chosen one, the impact is never small. It is not a quiet unveiling. It is an explosion that shakes everything around it. What has been hidden in the secret place bursts forth with power, and the ripple effects cannot be contained. Chains that bound families for generations suddenly break. Doors that were sealed shut for years swing wide open. The light of God's glory pierces through the darkest places, and lives are transformed in ways that no human effort could ever accomplish. That is the explosive impact of God's revelation. It does not just affect the chosen one, it touches everyone connected to them. When God raises someone up, entire communities are shifted. Nations can be stirred. Enemies are forced to bow to a greater authority. The chosen one becomes a vessel of God's fire, and that fire spreads wherever they go. It awakens those who are asleep, strengthens those who are weak, and terrifies the kingdom of darkness. Hell trembles when God's chosen is revealed, because the enemy knows the influence of one surrendered life is more powerful than all the schemes of darkness combined. The explosive unveiling is heaven's announcement to earth. God's plan is in motion, and nothing can stop it. This impact is not simply for show, it is for purpose. God does not reveal His chosen one to glorify a person, but to glorify Himself. The miracles, the breakthroughs, the sudden shifts, all of them point back to the one who orchestrated it from the beginning. The chosen carry a light that is undeniable, and that light exposes the lies of the enemy while drawing people closer to truth. When the explosion happens, it is not about fame, it is about freedom. It is not about recognition, it is about redemption. Do not underestimate what will happen when God reveals what He has placed inside you. It may seem small now, but when He breathes on it, it will spread faster and reach farther than you can imagine. Your testimony will ignite hope in others. Your obedience will inspire courage in those who are afraid. And your faith will stir revival in hearts that have grown cold. The explosive impact of God's revelation is unstoppable. Once it begins, nothing and no one can contain it. The world will know. Heaven will rejoice, and hell will fear, because the chosen one has been revealed, and God's glory has been unleashed.